Let us discuss about roloxifene. Roloxifene is a selective estrogen receptor modulator, right? Selective estrogen receptor modulator. Here these drugs, selective estrogen receptor modulator, what they do is they act as agonist on some estrogen receptors, whereas they act as antagonist on certain other estrogen receptors. As raloxifene is a selective estrogen receptor modulator, it also acts as agonist on certain estrogen receptors and antagonist on certain other estrogen receptor. Now we have to know on which receptors it acts as agonist and on which receptor it acts as antagonist. It acts as agonist on mainly bone, cardiovascular system, and it acts as antagonist on breast and uterus. Here, so let's revise the points that we have discussed so far. So basically, this raloxifene acts as agonist on certain estrogen receptors and antagonistic action on certain other estrogen receptors. So it acts as agonist on receptors present in bone and cardiovascular system, whereas it acts as antagonist in on estrogen receptors present on breast and uterus, right? Now let's see the importance of this agonistic action and antagonistic action. So as I told you, it acts as agonist on bone and okay, we'll take new page. It acts as agonist on bone, right? On bone. Let's take new page. As I told you, it acts as agonistic action and agonist on bone and CVS, right? As it acts as agonist on bone, the primary action is to increase bone density. So by acting as agonist, this drug it increases the bone density, especially lumbar vertebrae, especially on lumbar vertebrae. So it increases the strength of lumbar vertebrae, thereby decreases fracture of lumbar vertebrae. Fracture of lumbar vertebrae. Okay, so it acts as agonist on bone, and by this action it increases the bone density, especially if talk about particular bone, lumbar bone. So it thereby decreases the fracture of lumbar vertebrae. Clear? And one more thing that we have to remember is, if you stop this drug, then the risk of fracture increases, becomes normal, right? The risk of fracture becomes normal. So that is about agonistic action bone. It's mainly used for this fracture, to prevent this fracture. You should remember that. Okay. Now as I told you, it acts on agonist and antagonist on certain other drugs like breast, right? As breast and uterus. As it acts as antagonist on breast, so it decreases breast cancer. As it acts as antagonist on on uterus, it decreases uterine. So there won't be any vaginal bleeding or uterine bleeding. Okay, so the side effect of uterine bleeding is not present in this drug, right? So mainly we have to remember agonistic action, especially bone, because this drug is mainly used uh, for this reason. It decreases lumbar fracture, right? But nowadays this is outdated. Certain other drugs are used for this purpose, but we have to know about this drug also. Okay, so as I told you, it can also act on liver also. It also acts on liver. It also acts on liver. So if you take on liver, decreases LDL level, right? This is mainly by upregulating LDL receptors. Okay, by upregulating LDL receptors, it decreases LDL levels, right? And if take side effects, one is heart flushes, leg cramps, okay, vaginal bleeding. As I told you, there is no vaginal bleeding, but actually there can be mild vaginal bleeding. As I told you that this drug acts as antagonist on uterus, the risk is very less, but actually there can be some cases where we can see this vaginal bleeding also. So vaginal bleeding, this is occasional, right? And the serious side effect is increased risk of deep vein thrombosis. Increased risk of deep vein thrombosis. Okay, increased risk of deep vein thrombosis. The main use of this drug is, as I told you, is to prevent or to decrease lumbar vertebrae fracture. Decrease lumbar vertebrae fracture. Right. This is about relaxin. Thank you for